Hi there, kiddos. I'm not Joe Biden. I am his disembodied voice narrating for Lucas Banks's Milestone 1 project for CSC 576. This was mostly cleanup of Lucas's game engine from last quarter and implementing the font system, as well as putting all of the texture, mesh, clip, and font data into Google Protocol buffer files. All right, Lucas is going to take over for now.
All right, thanks, Joe. All right, now we're going to start here in the converter. And the first thing that we're going to look at for this is the converter for the textures, the meshes, the clips, and the fonts. So here you can see the textures being made, GLTF, then being written to the proto file to be used later on, and then again, those are the textures as well as going to the model. It's a very similar thing of getting the GLTF and loading it up, and after that we will have the same thing for the animation data, which is the clip data. So it is the frame buckets that are inside the clip, and as well as the skeleton. And lastly, we'll convert the XML, which is the XML for the font. All right, so now we are in the game, and we start off with our managers. We create all the managers and the cameras, and the same setup as last year. Not much has changed in the way of that. Besides the font manager that I did add. And then the next thing that we're going to look at is the data-driven meshes for all of the animations and the bones in the animations. And then the sprite models as well for the 2D graphics. And then we were going to add all of our textures, as well as there's the green, there's the red alien image that are being created. Now this is going to print all those out very quickly, sorry about that. And then we're going to create the font. Font's going to take the XML for the font that we created, and it's going to create a font manager and font objects for each key. So you can see they're printed up to 127. And that is going to hold the X, Y, and Z of where our sprites will be. Now this is the graphics object, and those are the font that are being put in there. And the font would be have been better named character, because those are all chars that will be put in a string. And then next we have our R2D2 Next we have mesh. Our graphics object for R2D2 and our game object that we created. That there's both the wireframe and the regular R2D2. And then we go to the frigate, which is another animation we're adding, as well as the crate. Both of those are rigid models. And then we're going to create the animation. And when we create this anim controller, he's going to walk through the mesh files for the animation proto files, and it's going to serialize and create a animation anim object from that clip, from that anim data. It's going to use the clip data to create the clips and set the private animation with the clip data that uses the number of frames, the number of bones, as well as the bones with their frame buckets. And that was using the animation that you just saw highlighted. And now it's going to, when Z is clicked, it's going to switch the clips, and it also has the counting. So there's 3 objects right there that represent the 3 different digits you can have. It counts 0 to 999. That's kind of a hacky way of counting that I added early on and have not quite reworked yet. Anyways, here's my animations. When you click Z, the walk and run, both the text and the animations will trade places. Um, my computer is a little bit shitty, so recording that is not looking great, but you pick up what I'm putting down. Thank you.